Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello everyone, it's Fafa Gilbert here of Ndudu by Fafa and welcome to my Creative African Cooking channel. The channel you want to be on if you actually want some tasty dishes in your house.
Today on the menu, I do have this beautiful West African spiced oxtail stew. I know, right? It's so easy to make. It's a one-pot dish. And you know what? I'm just like, okay, why don't I just create this recipe? If you don't have oxtail, you can actually use your goat meat as well. So this is a versatile recipe. So it means that you can add your own twist as usual. Added a little granite oil to my clay pot because I want it to be smoky. Now, when I'm rendering the fat of the oxtail as well, it means that it's also going to add its fat to this oil. And that's just going to create this smokiness. And that's what I want. So I want this meat to be smoky. Usually I'll say, marinate this overnight and stuff. But you can actually see that I'm actually smoking this. So this, for once, is actually on a high heat. So you can see that it's spitting everywhere. Now, if you are in Ghana, you can actually just barbecue it to get that smokiness. And then you can follow the rest of the recipe and cook it the way I do. So here I'm actually covering it. And it means that because it's on a high heat, it's actually going to be smoky. So I'm going to do this for about 10 minutes. And this is going to brown the meat as well. So it gives that meat that beautiful color. So yeah. Let's see how it goes. So for the meat to be evenly brown, just make sure that you do turn it as you can see here. Now, whilst this is actually cooking, I'm actually going to deal with my spices now. Now, why have I called it the West African spiced oxtail? Because I'm actually using the West African spices. So we've got our grains of paradise, grains of salim or huntia, African nutmeg as well. So this is going to be aromatic and it's just going to be incredible. Look at that. Now, I don't even know what happened where I decided to actually use this mortar to crush this because it was just spitting everywhere. I think that was one of those worst decisions I've made. So, of course, I had to actually stop this because it wasn't going anywhere and then use my coffee grinder. But, you know, if you can actually find any grinder or if you can actually be patient enough to actually crush it in your pestle and mortar, so be it. But no, I have to actually use modern technology here. So yeah, just going to transfer everything into it and I'm just going to blend it into have that beautiful powdery form. Now the African nutmeg actually has a distinctive taste, which is just incredible because it's almost sweet, but it also has this almost perfumery flavor to it. And then you've got the wintia, which is a grains of salim, and that actually has this musky taste. It's almost like a black peppercorn, but with a musky flavor to it. So now I've got this, and I've also taken the excess oil out of the clay pot now. So now I'm actually just adding the spice to it, and because the spices are dry, that's also going to create that extra smoke, as you can see. So I'm still going to smoke this for another 2 minutes, and then I'm almost done to actually then add the rest of my ingredients. So at this point, just to make sure that all the natural flavors are being enhanced, I'm actually going to be adding my chopped onions, and you can see that I've actually chopped it in like big chunks, and so I'm just adding that to it, so yet again it would absorb all the flavors. Now I have omitted chili from this recipe because we do have the wintia in there as well, but the reason is because I actually serve this with wache, which actually I use my shito for. So yes, I know, right? So yet again, just to make sure that the onions also, you know, do get the flavors from the meat as well as the spices that I've incorporated, I'm just turning it around. And now I'm actually going to be using chicken stock. Now the reason why I've actually used my chicken stock instead of beef stock is chicken stock is lighter. Now most of the flavors that I've actually incorporated here are quite powerful, so you just don't want to use the beef stock because that would just make it too intense. So the chicken stock works perfectly for this recipe. Now I'm yet to actually upload the chicken stock recipe actually. Why did I forget that? I'll do that. Okay. So yes, this is almost done. So now that I've done this, I'm also preheated my oven to about 180 degrees because I'm going to slow cook this for about an hour and 45 minutes. I'm adding a little bit of dark soy sauce, yes, so I'm omitting salt again because the dark soy sauce is also salty. Now in the absence of this, you know, you can just use more onions. You know, you can actually just fry your onions till they're very brown and then you can actually add it to it, so that's fine. And at this point, I'm actually going to add my tomato paste. Now the reason why I'm actually using the tomato paste is it would add that sweetness to this dish. Absolutely, it is important because the spices are quite on the aromatic side. You've got the onions that would give that sweetness, and then I'm adding the tomato puree, which would also thicken up the sauce. So this is me done. Now at this point, if you actually want to use your stock cube, you're more than welcome to do so. And yeah, I'm actually just going to place this in the oven and just cook this for an hour and 45 minutes. Now, after an hour and 45 minutes in the oven, you would end up with this beautiful, succulent and moist oxtail sauce that's actually inspired by me using my West African spices. Of course, I'm drizzling it with some spring onions, as you do. And I did serve it with my wache and some steamed broccoli as well. And also the remaining, actually, did the whole wache thing with the gari photo, and the shito is all underneath it. I mean, this is not any other food. This is Ndudu by Fafa. You'll find the transcripts for this recipe on my blog ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com. So do check it out. I'll leave a link at the bottom in the description box and as well as the top. So yes, I hope you are inspired to try the recipe. And if you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, I think this is the time you need to subscribe now. Thank you very much. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as Ndudu by Fafa. So do pass by and say hi. Until next time, take care of you. Be you, be nice, be beautiful. Don't change for anyone, but just be genuine and just be yourself. And guess what? I love you. Take care of you.